watching KTAL News Now. Here's Brittany DeFran with your midday news break.
Welcome back to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran here with your midday news break. We start with another difficult day of testimony in the Taylor Parker capital murder trial. On Tuesday, the jury got more information on exactly just how Reagan Hancock died. Some of the victims' families thought this was too much, and members did have to leave the courtroom before the scene. Investigators detailed the bloody, violent, and extended attack. The medical examiner's testimony was more than 2 hours long. She shared evidence showing Hancock fought hard to survive. It's very difficult and understandably difficult for the victim's family to hear these in-depth details of what took place in that crime scene. Some of those details are also too graphic for TV, so for the full report, you can head over to our website at ktalnews.com. Now, discussing a safety matters topic as Sheriff Steve Prater addresses the overcrowding crisis at the Caddo Correctional Center. Sheriff Prater held a meeting Tuesday with key stakeholders. He says CCC is in a dire situation. The facility was built to hold 1,070 inmates, yet the current population is more than 1,500. Many of those inmates are awaiting the trial in Caddo District Court. He says overcrowding is very expensive, costing Caddo Parish about $30 million a year to hold these pre-trial inmates. Prater explains the jail is so full, inmates are sleeping on the floor or next to toilets.
Well, we're going to see about getting the indigent defender or the public defender, getting them some more people to be on the defense side. We're going to see about having less prisoners that have to be transported to the court. We'll see about them getting bonded straight out of Shreveport instead of us having to fool with the bonds on some of them.
Prater says the Shreveport Police Department has agreed to hold some of those prisoners in the city jail to help alleviate overcrowding. Now, looking into some politics as NBC6 is your local election headquarters. A political forum in Bienville Parish put on by Arcadia, Bienville, and NAACP to help voters stay informed. Candidates for mayor of Arcadia, police chief, and city council all shared with voters why they say they're best suited for the position. They touched on issues surrounding the local economy and action steps to make sure the area prospers. Also, just around the corner, we have Texas Governor Abbott and challenger Beto O'Rourke squaring up in a televised debate this week, hosted by Nexstar Media Group. If you have any questions for these candidates, you can email them to txgovdebate@nexstar.tv. Join us Friday at 7 p.m. on our sister station, KSHV 45. We will also be streaming it on our website at ktalnews.com. And moving over to some regional news, as an abortion funds group spent the day in a federal court in downtown Austin. They're suing Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and asking the court to declare the Texas trigger abortion law unconstitutional. According to the Fund Texas Choice organization, some women have been able to go out of state and across state lines to get abortions. They're spending between $800 to $2,000 on average, traveling 14,000 miles. Now, they're going to great lengths to get this done, and the group and others suing Paxton are worried that could be criminally prosecuted for giving these women money to cross state lines. This leads us to our question of the day. Going to give you a moment to take down this QR code you see right here on your screen. Taking you to our question of the day. Today's is, should officials pursue criminal charges against those funding out-of-state abortions? Go ahead and put your answer in right here, yes or no. Welcome back to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran with more on your midday news break. Starting off with a trending topic as an increase of concern rises all eyes are on Florida this morning as residents brace for Hurricane Ian. That includes Washington, as President Biden is pledging federal assistance to those in need, while FEMA and the Pentagon are on standby with supplies, personnel, and the National Guard ready to provide a helping hand. Meanwhile, here in Shreveport, the American Red Cross is taking donations to help with relief efforts as well.
So we have pre-positioned supplies. Those are things such as cleanup kits, waters, hygiene items, snacks, meals, things of those nature that we have pre-positioned to be in place to help those residents of Florida that are about to endure what we've had to endure over the years right here in our state.
You can donate at redcross.org. And it looks like crime is down in Shreveport, which called for a small celebration. Shreveport Mayor Adrian Perkins and Police Chief Wayne Smith provided an update on where the community stands with crime and homicides. Perkins and Smith say the homicide rate is down in Shreveport by 43% and crime is down by 15%. So far this year, there have only been 39 homicides so far.
Since January of this year, the Shreveport Police Department has taken nearly 800 guns or better off of the street, illegally possessed weapons that had no intent other than to cause someone harm.
Chief Smith says these weapons are getting taken off the street, and it's important to note that both Mayor Perkins and Chief Smith made a note that these aren't just numbers. These are people, someone's brother, sister, mother, family member, so they're asking for the community's help to keep these numbers down. Now, closing off with some regional news, abortion fund groups spent the day in a federal court in downtown Austin. They're suing Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and asking the court to declare the Texas trigger abortion law unconstitutional. According to the Fund Texas Choice organization, some women have been able to cross state lines to get abortions and are spending between $800 to $2,000 on average, traveling 14,000 miles. Now, they're going to great lengths to get this done, but the group and others suing Paxton are worried that they could be criminally prosecuted for giving women money to cross state lines. This leads us to our question of the day. We want to hear from you and make sure your voice is heard. Go ahead and take down this QR code to lead you to our question of the day. Today's question of the day is, should officials pursue criminal charges against those funding out-of-state abortions? Go ahead and put your answer in, yes or no. That's all I have for you today. If you have a question you would like answered, go ahead and tweet me at #AskBrit. Your voice matters, so we want to hear from you. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe.